Oh, and I got to just say one more thing to Huck's infantry. There's a comment you made a long time ago where I was bashing Bush. And you said, well, you think just Bush sits there and he hates us or something along those lines. And I had like a long answer in mind, but it has a lot to do with why some of us want a new person in the White House, and not McCain, because he represents more of the same bullshit. But I don't see that Bush, like you described, sits there and plans and plots. No. Bush has something that's called hubris. He thinks that he is important. And if you look at his mother, and Misanthropic answered this to you, his mother, Barbara Bush, who described the refugees, I'll use that word, refugees, even though they hated that, but they were. I'll say that. They were refugees. From Katrina, when they were in the Houston Astrodome, that Barbara Bush commented that they were better off now than they were before. That is cold to the bone. Here's another example. When Bush, a reporter said, you know, the price of gasoline may approach over $4 a gallon. This is before it actually happened. Bush was completely unaware of that. I did a video called Bush's Bubble. Bush lives in a bubble, and we don't need more of the same. Now, I think McCain is a little more in touch with the common man than Bush was. But I just want to address that. I just felt that was just, gnawing at me a little bit inside to answer Huck's infantry, to say that it's not that in Bush's mind, he thinks he's a good man. But he is a man that is out of touch. And off the top of my head, the emperor's new clothes. If you're not familiar with that fairy tale story, look it up. Because Bush is a man surrounded by people that agree with him. And he is so far out of touch. The idea that they sold him as a common man is something the Republican Party does very well. And they try to undo their opponent. They're trying to undo Barack Obama, is that he's an elitist, that he's out of touch with the common man. Look, Barack Obama's story has more to do with modern America than Bush's story or McCain's story. McCain, his father was an admiral, okay? That's not a regular working class person. Barack Obama was raised by a single mother, okay, of mixed race. That's more the face of modern America. And I know there's some statists or fascists or nationalists that say, oh, cultural identity, we're losing our cultural identity. What is America's cultural identity? I would argue, if you're going to have to pick one, we're a colony. I said it. If you want to pick one, pick that one. That's the most real one. And we're so far removed from that now. We are. We're no longer a colony. Face it, America's changing. Someday we're going to have an Hispanic president. Really, that's the demographic that's growing the most. Hispanics. They're Catholic. They don't believe in birth control. Oh, we got to close the borders. Those brown Catholics are crossing the borders. All right, I'm really starting to babble. But I just had to say that to Huck's infantry. That thing about Bush. It goes more and more about, even his father was so out of touch, where he was so amazed at scanners in the checkout line. I don't see Bush in his heart really deliberately trying to destroy this country, but I see that he really cares about his legacy. He thinks that he talks to God. And if you've ever seen that movie, The Dead Zone, that's a dangerous notion when you think that you have a direct connection to God. And I'm touching on Bullhorn, man. Those are scary people that say, look, I'm God's representative on earth. That's not good. And I'm not anti-Christian, I'm not anti-religion, but I'm just saying, beware of the person that says, I'm God's messenger. All right, on that thought, I guess that's about it. I'm about talked out. Look, man, I'm still, next Fez night will be better. But thanks for watching. Fez-A-Matic. Cheers.